Hi, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a react video to the View host kicked off stage by producers after insane comments backfire on air. ABC loses it. I don't know much about the View. I do know they're very left-leaning, though. That's about the only thing I know. This is a complete blind reaction to this because I have not heard it. Until today, I have not heard of this. This video is uploaded by Mike Zora. Go check him out. He's really awesome. The link to the video will be down in the description below if you want to go check out the original video yourself. And let's get into this. I should have grabbed some water before getting into this.
Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now March 20th of 2026, and ever since the hosts of The View like Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, and Whoopi Goldberg,
I think out of all three of those names, the only one I recognize is Whoopi Goldberg. That is the only name I recognize. Because, if I'm not mistaken, she used to play in a lot of movies and some series. And like was overall a pretty good actor, I think. Pretty good. But I guess like being pretty good it doesn't mean you're gonna be successful anymore. Because it looks like she's making some bad choices probably.
decided to get overly political this year to the point that it's actually causing even their own fans to check out and leave in droves. Now you have ABC executives, ABC producers in pure panic mode. Even the higher ups over at Disney are scrambling over what to do with The View as of this point right now. Under the new leadership of Josh D'Amaro, of course, I don't really think much is going to change, but we all know that
I hope it does change. Because I had heard they got a new guy in charge. And I hope it does change. I had heard rumors that they're moving away from the DEI and the LGBTQ shit a lot because it's not making them money. Whew. Sorry about that, excuse me. But yeah, I heard they're moving away from that because it's not making them money. And I'm like, as a company, the thing you should want to do is make fucking money. Because if you don't make money, you're not going to be a company for much longer.
This actual program is in a downward spiral based on how it's having multiple ratings disasters one after the other. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future up.
Okay, I do not recognize actually any of these people. So if any of these are supposed to be Whoopi Goldberg, I do not recognize her. Maybe I'm mistaken the name, mixing it with somebody else.
Updates. You can also follow me at Mike01, and thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Sunny, Whoopi, and Joy is that we all know that they are playing the blame game to the maximum degree.
See, the blame game is so easy to play. It is so easy just to put the blame on somebody else. And I will not deny and say, like, the right-leaning people don't do it too, because they do. Everybody fucking does it. But it's like, at some point, you have to take responsibility. That, no, this person is not to blame. No, this is not to blame. It's like, this is to blame because this is what's wrong. And it's like, even if it goes against your political beliefs, if you know it is wrong, like, wholeheartedly, you know that this person did something bad, you do not need to defend them just because they agree with your politics. I've seen people do that shit, like where somebody's done something horrible or something bad, and they defend them because the politics align with what they believe. And I'm like, you should not defend a shitty person like that.
Here, blaming everything on Trump.
Sorry, I don't have like an example to pull up right now, because like, as I said, this is going off like a blind reaction, and I can't think of somebody off the top of my head.
Trump supporters or even independents out there that support some of Trump's policies. And a lot of this has to do with pop culture subjects as well.
I'm going to also mention, well, I technically fall into the category of Trump supporter. I do not agree with everything he does. I'm not over here like sucking that old man's fucking dick. Be like, oh, everything he does is fantastic. It's amazing. It's so great. It's not. Honestly, it's not. Some of the things he does is pretty fucking shit. But I can't change that. He does some good things and he does some bad things, as does every president. They pass some good laws, they pass some bad laws. Make some good changes, they make some bad changes. You better be nice, Hickory. I'm just a puppy. But see, I personally, this might be a little political and maybe getting too much into it. I don't necessarily agree with the deal like where he changed it where like trans people cannot be in the army. Now, I have a buddy I work with. Oh my god. I don't know if he's homophobic or something, man, but oh, we had a conversation and I accept his point of view. And I was talk with him about it. But the man said like if his son I ever turned gay, he'd kick his ass out. And I'm like, man, I couldn't do that. I'm like, if I ever had a kid and he'd come out to me gay, I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I ain't gonna kick him out. I'm like, just don't be bringing that shit onto me. Don't. And if you bring over a boyfriend or something like that, I'm like, just no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the PDA or anything like that. I'm like, because that makes me uncomfortable. But I would still respect my son and I would still love my son. Because that is my job as a parent. Stop it. But it's still though, that's like he has the right to have a different point of view, and I'm not going to knock him for that. That is his choice. And as I was saying, like I don't support Trump's deal about with the army, about saying like transgenders cannot be part of the army. I had a not buddy anymore, but like they were trans and like they were getting scared that they were gonna get kicked out of the army because they're trans, and I guess they are now. Or like discharged, and like it sucks, but like we're no longer friends really because he or she or whatever the fuck did not want to be my friend anymore because I still support Trump. I think he was the better option still, and because I just don't agree with what they think or he thinks or she thinks, they can't be my friend because I don't agree with their politics, and I find that to be very stupid. I find those people like that, they can't be friends over just different political beliefs, can't be friends. I find them to be the most closed-minded, ignorant people that I've ever met. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to say, okay, I don't like that you don't agree with me. It's okay to say that. But like y'all still can be friends. You don't have to be like, oh, because you don't agree with me, I fucking hate you, or I don't want to be your friend because you don't agree with me 100% all the way, because your political opinion does not align with my political opinion. We're in fucking America. You have the right to disagree, and I have the right to disagree. It is our fucking right. And it is your right to not want to be my friend. So, like, when people try to push their views on you, don't take that shit. Alright, I've been rambling on a little bit too long, so yeah, I've been rambling on for about 5 minutes or so. Let's get going, I guess.
Well, where they just blame everything on politics, blaming everything on those that so happen to have voted for Trump. Now, what's interesting here, though, has a lot more to do with what recently happened with a recent taping of The View and how it actually involved ABC producers to get involved. Now, we know one thing about Sunny in particular is that she is the instigator, right? She is the one that usually starts.
I'm not going to be mean here. I'm going to try to be nice. But this woman right here, I swear to you that she 100% looks like a Karen. Like, unironically, like, she looks like a fucking Karen. Not even a joke.
All of these arguments on stage to the point that you have Joy and Whoopi that can't help themselves but to get involved as well afterwards, and to really just start this vicious cycle of a conversation or argument. Now, with the hosts of The View still to this day going off the rails over the whole Iran situation, the Oscars ratings disaster, and many other subjects, one major development going on now involves more to do with the hosts of The View, like Sunny, Whoopi, and Joy, and how they recently got into some trouble behind the scenes and in the public eye after they touched.
Finally, because these motherfuckers, I've heard that they get away with a lot of shit that they talk about, and they still receive us a lot of shit, but that they get away with it a lot, to the point where like the producers weren't saying shit to them. Because the ratings are coming in, they're getting viewers, because they're starting controversy.
On heavy politics yet again, and other subjects as well. It turns out that during one of the most recent tapings of The View, Sunny Hostin instigated the entire situation to happen in the first place, where she started to blame the Oscars ratings disaster, get this, on white privilege, racism, and misogyny out loud.
White privilege, misogyny, racism, and all. Yes, honey. It's everybody else's fault. Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. You know what I'll keep telling myself? Is they probably should have put you in a fucking nursing home and pumped you with meds. The white supremacy bullshit, like, they still are on about that shit. They will always be on about that bullshit. And it will always be, get this, false. There is no such thing. Well, there is, but there is no white supremacy in America. Because it's not supposed to be like that. Everybody is equal. Everybody has the same rights. Nobody's better than anybody else. But they always want to blame white privilege and all this shit. And say, oh, white people have better odds of getting like this job or this job. I'm like, you know why white people have the better odds to get this job or this job? Because that motherfucker went to college. You know what kids of other races did? They spent their life growing up with their parents telling them you're never gonna get where you want to get because white people will push you down. So then they never tried to get anywhere. They didn't pay attention in school. They joined gangs and shit like that. So, and I ain't gonna say that it's just other kids of other races. White kids do it too. They join gangs and shit, and like they don't go to college. It's like, if you want to achieve something, you want to go to college, you want this certain job, go for it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it because of your race or your ethnicity or your religion or your whatever the fuck. You have a right. And if you really want to make it, you can make it. You just have to push yourself and keep going for it. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep pushing. And if you disagree with me, like, that is completely fine. If anyone disagrees with me, I'm just saying. It is a fact that there is no white privilege. Well, there is no white privilege under that legal white privilege. I will not say that there is not a white privilege, say, in smaller jobs, but that is illegal. That's like they prioritize hiring white people over like other people of race. That is illegal. But the problem about that shit is you gotta prove it. And odds are it's not happening in massive corporations. It's happening at small businesses owned by like old-fashioned people or just people who don't like other races. But I'm still saying, if you want the certain job, work for it. Don't give up on it. If that job turns you down, the odds are there's plenty of other places you can go that you'll be doing the exact same thing there that you would be doing at this job. Don't give up. Go work there at the other place. Get experience. Come back, reapply to the job you originally wanted. Don't give up.
To a live audience. This was said in front of a live actual crowd during the View's.
Fuck. They said that in a live crowd. I didn't know. You know, whenever they say they did shit in a live crowd, I never believe that shit. But seeing like the chairs, I think they did it in a live crowd, and I believe that is not good.
taping, where she also blamed the criticism of Michael B. Jordan receiving the Best Actor Oscar award on racism as well. This is when those like Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg started to chime in, where they blamed the criticism over the Oscars and toward Michael B. Jordan as coming from Trump supporters only. Shockingly, this is when the live audience in the studio actually showed clear signs of disgust, where those in the live audience started...
Yes, because they're seeing that these people are absolutely disgusting, cynical people. These people think they know what they're talking about, but they don't know jack shit about the real world. You know why? Because they got fucking so much money going out their ass that they have nothing better to do.
Shouting at Sunny Hostin and the rest of the hosts as phonies and cowards out loud, where they were shouting at them to get off the stage as well. Now this drama...
Whew, shit.
Got so intense to the point that ABC producers rushed in to force Joy, Whoopi, and Sunny off the stage quickly as much as possible, where they took advantage of doing this during a commercial break. The entire uproar from the live audience was also...
Dude, like, your live audience hated what you said. You are so out of fucking touch that it's not even funny.
Also during a commercial break, where the View hosts usually hold Q&A sessions in between. Once Sunny, Whoopi, and Joy were dragged off the stage in the middle of the studio from the audience, this is when ABC producers were demanding the hosts to dial down their rhetoric just for this episode alone, since the anger coming from the audience was beginning to actually interfere with the live segments of the show, where they had to cut out and trim certain areas of the program during the televised delay due to their own advantage on that front. Now, guys, let me just say one thing about this. Now, this just goes to show you how much the View hosts are willing to go when it comes down to politics, when it comes down to playing the blame game or playing the victim card, either for themselves or painting others as victims out there. Look, we all know that a lot of people had a lot of criticism about who won and who did not win specific awards at the Oscars. That's just criticism.
These fuckers, that's the Whoopi Goldberg I recognize. This lady right here, she was playing a lot of movies. I liked her. She was funny. But, like, really, they're all going down the rabbit hole of, like, political talk. And, like, they're talking on political shit they know nothing about. They talk as if they know the people, but they fucking don't. I will preach this, that they do not know the people. The kind of shit they listen to, and like watch are the people that are left-leaning all over Twitter and Blue Sky and all this shit. They listen to only one side, and they will not listen to the other side. They will not listen to reason. Now, you may disagree with me, but like that's just what I see. It's like they will not listen to both sides. They will only listen to one side, because they only see the left side as the right side. As they see the left side as like, oh, it's just like, what was it called? What is it? When people were like fighting for women's rights and black rights and all that shit. They're looking at it like, oh, this is like another movement, and we're going like get on the bandwagon of this movement because they're in the right. But the reality is, this movement is not in the right. This movement is like trying to suppress freedom of speech and start discriminating based on race, just in reverse. To where you're discriminated on your race if you were white, and other shit. And like, that is what I see going on here. It's frustrating, because what are you gonna do? I'm like, all we can do really is voice our displeasure. Because I don't know about any of you, but I'd really rather not like to resort to any other kind of action that would inquire that, like, other than a protest, maybe. But like, I don't really see protests as productive, as they do. I feel like they do nothing but waste time. Could boycott, just not watch The View, then their ratings go down. If y'all disagree with me or anything like that, like, y'all feel free to comment down below and let me know, like, your opinion, or like, what do you think I could improve on, or maybe something I should go look up some articles or something like that, and like get more perspective on this, because from the perspective I have seen, like, from multiple people that I've heard about The View, like people talk about The View, but I've never watched The View. In the past, like they get kind of political, but like every time I've heard them, they are always talking about left-leaning shit and about how there's racism, there's white privilege, or like they're pro. What was it? They're pro like one country or something, shit like that. What was it? Gaza or something? No, it was the other one. I don't know. They're pro something like that. But it's just crazy, man.
Criticism that's just putting out a point there, and they resort to calling it as racism when people just had criticism over Michael B. Jordan.
See, yeah, that's another thing. They take criticism as racism because any criticism isn't criticism, it's just racism, you know? Ain't that right? I'm like, if you criticize somebody, it's just racism, it's not actual criticism. Right? Right? Right, guys? Right? It's just racism, not criticism. Right? Yeah, right.
Receiving that Oscar award as Best Actor. All right, some people are going to like that, some people are not going to like that. But for those that did not agree with him getting the Best Actor award, yeah, it's just easy for Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, and Whoopi Goldberg to just flat out call that racism. You know, that's what they always do, and that's what they've always been known for.
It's an excuse. They're trying to make excuses. They're just untrue. I'm saying the majority of people that thought he didn't deserve that award, the majority are not racist. They just didn't believe he did a good enough job to actually earn the Best Actor award. And you have the right to believe he didn't earn that award. He still earned the award, according to the awards ceremony. But what are you going to do about it? You're not the host. You're not the one that runs the show. You're not the one that pays for the show. And I think everybody should know at this point, it is not really based on like what you personally think, what the viewers personally think. It is based on celebrities' opinion of who the best actor is. So, yeah.
It's always about very poor arguments that come from a very poor place. Now, toward the end of the episode, once it concluded, for the 5th time now, Joy, Sunny, and Whoopi refused to sign autographs with the audience and were instead instantly forced out by producers and security as those in the audience kept shouting phonies multiple times towards Sunny.
Because they are phonies.
And the rest of the hosts. There was even a moment when Sunny Hostin snapped back at the audience, yelling at the audience to stop bowing down to President Trump. This was
oh my fucking Christ. I'm like, you are some deaf cunts. Stop bowing down to Trump. I'm like, nobody's bowing down to Trump, you dumb bitch. They're just tired of your bullshit.
Reportedly the deal breaker for ABC producers, and already not good news under the new leader.
I think that each one of them, they should get rid of them. I think we should have, if it's going by 4 people, if you want to talk political and shit like that, have 2 people that are left-leaning and have 2 people that are right-leaning. And have them both, make sure both are alright with actually discussing the problem, not just blaming everybody else.
Of new Disney CEO Josh.
I would actually watch that. I would want to see the debate. As long as it stays civil and like you ain't over here yelling, I'm like, I would actually like to watch that.
D'Amaro, who took over Bob Iger just days ago. Now, let me just stop here again.
Bob Iger sucked.
Now, Josh D'Amaro, I don't believe he's going to make much of a difference or much of a positive impact on Disney. He's been very openly clear, especially in the past 48 hours. He's been very clear about this on and on again, that he's going to be adopting many of Bob Iger's ideas. And
oh, great. So we got another Bob Iger 2.0. Yay. Now we can see Disney fucking just kick itself in the balls and shrivel up and die now. Yeah, and they'll sell off all their fucking IPs to actual companies that will actually use it to make money.
Strategies for ABC programming and how that's going to stay, and it's going to stay pretty much as a concrete plan. So
yeah, no, you know how they say it's going to stay as a concrete plan? We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that lasts, because when they start running out of money, investors are going to start buying what the fuck's going on. you know, like, they invest a lot of fucking money. And they want to see a return on their money. They don't like to see the money go down. So, like, I'm just saying, Disney's going to lose a lot of money. And if he really keeps to it, then they're going to lose a lot more money than what they already have been losing. And, like, it's frustrating to watch this because they have goodwill still left. And they're still here tarnishing what little goodwill they have left. Like, people that are willing to give them, like, a chance. They're going to fuck it up to the point where nobody wants to give them a chance anymore.
That really just shows you that The View, under Josh D'Amaro, for the foreseeable future at least, it is not really going to change on a drastic level. But there is one thing here. There is one thing that he did do toward The View, and it's really not all that big of a deal, but already ABC and the Disney company are reportedly cutting funding for The View, which will now no longer redesign the set and stage of the program. This was one...
Thank you. You're already suffering a money loss, so now changes are being made. This is just a stepping stone for more changes to be made in the future. Money's going to be cut from here. Well, what's next? I guess the live action department's going to get changes and start taking cuts. And then they're going to start selling off IPs because they're losing money. So they need to make money because their parks aren't making enough money. You get what I'm saying here? Like, they're trying to continue with this ideology and, like, say, like, oh, this audience will eventually show up, but this audience isn't going to show up. Even in the next generation, like, it's showing the next generation still thinks, like, the majority, like, of are right-leaning. They mostly have guys, like, have still mostly conservative views because they're growing up and then they're being told they're not worth shit because they're a man or they're white. And it's like, why the fuck would we support this? Even they haven't, these kids coming up, even have, most of the kids coming up have enough common sense. Like, why would we take this disrespect? Why would we consume this content if, like, it's not respectful towards us? It is just statistically, it's going to fail. And then it's going to inspire competitors. Competitors that actually want to make money and understand what the audience actually wants. Like Paramount. They're actually been bought out, but I forgot who bought out Paramount. Or like somebody else is in charge now, and they're mostly conservative. They got conservative views, and they're like planning on being like more right leaning, like more conservative movies and all that, like action movies, like hot women, attractive guys. Basically the way movies used to be before they got shitified by a bunch of activists, and I look forward to seeing those. It's actually so based. I've been thinking about getting a Paramount membership because of it.
Cutback that Josh D'Amaro put in place immediately, with his set design will remain the same for this foreseeable future. Now, I don't know if you guys heard about this. We talked about this like for months, is that they were going to redesign the set, which I called it as just putting lipstick on a pig. You can make a set look totally different all you want. It's still
The View.
All the same hosts, it's still the same talking points, and people are going to still be name called or ridiculed or made an example of by the host of The View. And people don't want to hear it. People don't want to deal with,
they're getting sick and tired of it.
Joy, Whoopi, and Sunny spouting out nonsense on live television. Whether you make a new set or a new stage design, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything when it comes down to the core material. So I think that was one good call by Josh D'Amaro, but in reality, let's be very honest about this. It's really like nothing at all. It's nothing that's going to change anything. It's nothing that's going to, steer things in the right path for ABC and for The View itself. It's not going to really alter anything in that front. Now, we know one thing about Sunny, Whoopi, and Joy is that they continue to make fools of themselves, either, in front of an audience or whether it's on the street.
They probably said shit on Twitter after this as well.
In front of the public. They always continue to double down on their politics, their rhetoric.
Because, you know why? They're women, and they can never be wrong. They're right. And the only if anyone that disagrees with them is a bigot or a racist, and they're wrong, and like that, we're right because we know better. We actually know. Stop that. We actually know what people want or what people think, and you're just a minority of bigots and racists and all that shit. It's what they fucking do, man. It's like it's not even worth fucking arguing with them, really. At this point, it's like more. It's better just to honestly ignore them and not even watch The View, and just let the ratings plummet and the show get canceled. And then there goes their money. There goes their little cushy job, their money, and all the guys, whatever's left that, but they didn't waste.
Their anti-Trump messaging campaign. Whenever anybody out there has criticism, politically speaking, or anything to do with pop culture, they always have to blame racism, misogyny, sexism, and always have to point it down to Trump supporters. That's really what it all boils down to by the hosts.
Yes, it's always Trump. You should have voted for, what's her name? Kamala. You should have voted for Kamala, because you know why? Because she was totally in the right, wanting to make concentration camps for boys and all that until they hit adulthood. That was totally in the right. Right, guys. Right. Oh, what? You gonna pretend like that never happened? Oh yeah, right. Because that goes again. That sounds pretty bad, huh? Because it sounds like something like somebody did, like in I don't know, World War II. Yeah, fuck you.
Of the View standards, right? Everything's got to be Trump or supporters of Trump. But overall, I mean, this is quite a wake-up call for ABC, or it should be at the very bare minimum. Is that
I doubt it. I honestly doubt it, because they will not want to change shit, because then they will have like people's like, oh, you're bending the knee to the Trump supporters, the bigots, and all this shit, and then they'll receive a minority of hate for that, and they will take that minority hate and think, oh, this is the majority. It probably is the majority, because that's probably the only audience you have left, because you pushed away the majority audience.
When you begin to have a lot of your own fans calling you out and starting to no longer sign up for free tickets to go to The View in person, hence why there's more and more empty seats on the live tapings, that should be a very serious wake-up call that this show is actually actively dying in front of everybody's eyes. That's why you're having multiple ratings disasters, one after the other. But overall, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I'll catch you guys later.
I'm not interested on that. Well, that is weird. Well, that was something. Sorry guys if I got a little too much into that. I don't feel like I got emotional there. I feel like I got irritated a bit, maybe. But I don't feel like I said anything really that was too harsh. I did say something that I wanted to actually look up to verify. And hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. Kamala Harris. She did just... Dang it, if I could just type. Fuck, I'm missing all the words. Letters. Hold on, let me just look it up. Fuck, I can't find anything. Yeah, I'd heard like Kamala. Okay, I'm gonna just say it like how I heard it. I had heard Kamala Harris had suggested something like concentration camps for like men or boys. And like they wouldn't actually be like concentration camps. They'd be basically like, what I was told was like camps until you hit like adulthood. And I honestly don't know if it's true because like I seen something like on a it said Wikipedia, but like Wikipedia is very honestly left leaning and will not give the complete facts as they have in the past. They will actually change it to fit their agenda. So I cannot trust Wikipedia. So like I cannot present that as fact. I will say it is either a theory, an opinion, or it is something I just can't find. Well, thank you guys for watching this recording. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all next time.